Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today we're in a construction zone doing a features inspection of a new yacht from Riviera,
The 4600 Sport Yacht Platinum Edition.
Join me as I do a complete inspection.
Let's start at the most popular spot on the whole boat, this plush wraparound seat on the port side of the aft deck. Most builders have a transom bench seat with stairs on either side. Riviera has chosen to create a much more inviting wraparound all-weather sofa where guests can face each other in comfort.
The cockpit's a roomy and comfortable gathering area with L-shaped seating going across the port side and along the transom. This is all wrapping around a solid wood pedestal table, nicely finished with beverage holders in the center, and of course, it's expandable.
Now, this teak and holly table is a classy way to acknowledge the elegant way to pay homage to the days of luxurious yachting. Everyone entering the boat walks right by it, and it's an important cue that this is a special yacht.
Now already we're seeing the Riviera quality in the fit and finish. I mean, look at these cushions. Diamond stitching, the logo embroidered into the cushion. There's space here for the speakers, and we've got different densities of foam on the seat, making it a bit more comfortable. This area is protected by the overhead 6 feet 11 inches off the deck, and there are 2 electrically actuated hatches. Now the cockpit comes with protection to the side in the form of this glass. We can add as an option isinglass just behind that for these quarter panels, and there's also an option for adding the extended overhead that attaches to the trailing edge of the fixed hardtop.
Riviera does what I think is the best job of making this fixed canvas extended top, which not only provides shade and rain protection, but also makes the lines of the boat look very cool. This is an option I recommend.
The decking is teak, and there are actually 2 things that I like about this area. First of all, we have this outdoor galley over to the starboard side with open counter space. Lift up the hatch, and there's an electric grill, plus a sink, refrigeration, and an ice maker just underneath. Now, on top of that, we also have the availability to open the door and open up this hatch right up to the overhead on a gas assist strut, and now we combine the inside with the outside and bring the serving area of the main galley to this outdoor area. Now, because it's such a cold and rainy day, we'll go ahead and close this up, close the door, and now we can be a little more comfortable in here while I talk about the interior, which starts over on the port side with the galley. U-shaped Corian counters, not raised fiddles, but grooves along the exterior of the counter. It's a 2-burner electric stove, plenty of storage underneath, convection microwave, storage up above. Now the features to the galley also continue over to the starboard side, where we've got refrigeration, additional counter space, and more storage both above and below. There's a nice roomy feel to this interior thanks to the 6 foot 11 inch overhead and all the glass surrounding the area, giving us so much natural light. Fit and finish is certainly present here. We've got high gloss walnut. Satin finish walnut is an option, as is light oak in both high gloss and satin. You can also do cherry in high gloss only. Also have upholstery on all the bulkheads and Corian counters. Just ahead, U-shaped settee wrapping around a high gloss walnut table on a fixed pedestal. This is all on a raised platform 9 inches off the deck. Again, great visibility out these windows, and notice that the forward window is manually opening, and there are also manual pull shades. Just ahead is a 43-inch TV on an electric lift. Now these opening side windows, of course, are in addition to the aft opening window and this large sunroof that we could open if it wasn't raining. Now let's go down below and we'll check out the accommodations. 22-inch wide companionway with 6 stairs, each one with a 9-inch riser. We'll start with the master stateroom, which is located just to the starboard side. Well, first of all, crazy high headroom, 6 feet 11 inches at the entrance. As I step down just in front of the berth, 6 feet 5 inches. That leaves 3 feet 11 inches over the berth, which measures 76 inches by 67 inches. Full beam master stateroom, hull side windows to both sides with integrated port lights that are alarmed to the helm. There's plenty of storage under this starboard side, including a drop-down storage compartment, nightstand just to the side.
Note that the hardwood walnut trim around the top of the nightstand is raised to keep anything from sliding off, and there are USB plugs below for charging.
And there's a lounge over on the port hand side, and then we have a hanging locker just to the port, flat screen TV to the forward bulkhead. Fit and finish wise, the Riviera quality is shining through with upholstered bulkheads, upholstered overheads. There's mirrors to both sides of the upholstered headboard, reading lights flanking the headboard, and then we have high gloss walnut wood. Now the head is right by the entrance and it's accessed from a sliding door, high gloss walnut, and got a separate walk-in shower, storage above the sink in a mirrored cabinet. It's a hull side window with an integrated port light, Korean counter with a vessel sink on top and more storage underneath. Now the VIP stateroom is fully forward. This is laid out in the typical fashion of an island berth with access to both sides, 67 inches by 61 inches for the berth. Plenty of overhead clearance here. Looks like 6 feet 7 inches, which leaves 3 feet 6 inches over the berth. There are hull side windows to both sides, and I like to see that there is storage over the windows. Always something that builders seem to miss, but not Riviera. Riviera quality is also seen throughout the stateroom, where we have upholstery going all through the room, more upholstered headboard.
I'd like to see electrical outlets and USB plugs port and starboard, and they can be placed on the narrow shelf along the hull side.
The high gloss walnut hanging locker, more storage under the berth, and it also lifts to give us even more storage. There's a private access to the shared head. This has much the same features as the master head, with the addition of a separate entrance from the hallway here, making it the shared head. Now let's take a look at the guest stateroom. Oh, and before we get to that stateroom, take a look at this. 2 storage compartments with a drawer in between. Now, this could be optioned out for stacked washer dryer. Now, let's take a look at that guest stateroom. Over under berths, there's a hull side window, a long one taking up almost the entire length of the berth. Ceiling height is 6 feet 7 inches. Storage locker just to the side, along with a small nightstand.
I'd like to see a Pullman upper berth here so that there's only one person using the cabin. It opens up the space and makes it more comfortable.
Now, this third stateroom is an option. We could also go for a lower lounge area, which will have an L-shaped lounge that comes out to this area right here. That being the case, we would lose the ability to have this storage or the optional washer dryer.
The advantage of having the lounge here is that it opens up the lower deck and provides a comfortable conversation or reading area handy to the staterooms. It also provides another semi-private place to hang out without having to lie in the bed. Now let's investigate the water sports and sunning aspects of the yacht.
We access the swim platform through a stainless steel framed gate and down 1, 2, 3 steps. Now the platform comes out 5 feet 5 inches from the transom. 4 feet 4 inches of it is hydraulically actuated. Just ahead is garage storage, but this one has a little bit of a twist to it. Not only do we have a really deep compartment with the separate fender storage, there's also a separate compartment for longer items like your longboards and skis.
It's 8 feet 8 inches deep and permits the stowage of a kayak in addition to fishing rods.
Now also notice at the top of the compartment there's a small shelf storage area and 2 speakers, so we can enjoy this area while the hatch is open. Now notice, because the seating goes all the way to the port side of the cockpit, we have to use stairs to access the port side deck, but the starboard side deck we can access from the cockpit itself. So let's take a look at the bow. At the bow, there's a 3 across lounger at 7 feet wide. The 2 sides come out 55 inches. The 3 seat backs are all adjustable and ratcheting multiple positions. Beverage holders are to both sides along with grab rails. Well, it's an exciting layout and a comfortable boat to be on. It's also fun to be out on the water on, but that's another video. Be sure to look for it. For now, this is my full features inspection of the 4600 Sport Yacht from Riviera Yachts. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.